going up to KFC on Sunset Drive for lunch. I am hungry, I'm starving. I'm starving and I'm hungry. I am hungry and I am starving for some KFC.
going to bring that and bring his own personality into the Tonight Show. The other thing that's really cool about this, we're standing right outside of Studio 6B. This is literally the studio where the show started some 60 years ago. So a lot of history going on here tonight. We talked to some folks as they were headed in. I talked to a couple that came from as far away as Houston. People have been on Twitter. They've been online trying to score these tickets. I can hear the cheering going on behind me. They're going to have a great night.
Hold on to those tickets. Should be a fun night. Thanks, Tracy. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon premieres tonight at 11 o'clock after a late edition of Live at 10.
We've experienced a lot of cold and snow this winter. Warmer temperatures are on the way. That's triggered a thin ice warning some places. A boy fell through the ice near Racine yesterday. He was rescued by two of his buddies. He is okay. Fire captain down there tells us that the ice can be especially deadly with roller coaster temperatures on the way.
At first glance, it may look safe, when in reality it's compromised.
That could be especially the case near moving or running water. The captain tells us the mercury expected to hit the upper 30s this week. Best advice is to stay on the shore. And after all this snow, we will get that promised warm up. We've been waiting for this for about 10 days.
I think so, yeah. So let's head over to Storm Team forecaster Brian Goddard. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're not talking balmy temperatures here, but it'll feel great. I remember back in the day, long time ago, the recess here in Wisconsin. On the first February day, you get that 40-degree reading. You got the jackets off. I have a feeling that's going to be the case the next couple of days as kids are outside playing. The sun will be out. The breeze might be a little on the cool side, but we're definitely going to warm up. We've had the snow off and on since about 10 o'clock this morning. The worst of it now is behind us, or to the east of us. We're still seeing a few bands out there, but not quite as impressive looking as those first two bands were throughout the daytime hours today. To the graphics, we still have the winter storm warning until 9 o'clock tonight for most of southeastern Wisconsin, until 6 o'clock for Jefferson, Walworth, and points to the west. I think this will all be dropped much earlier than 9 o'clock for the simple fact that the heaviest of the snow beginning to taper off, and those winds are really starting to come down as well after being so dusty since late last night. 3 to 5 inches of snow, generally speaking, before it's all said and done by this evening. 5 to 7 inches of snow in northern Illinois. Then we have been waiting. We have told you for like 10 days now that there would be a warm-up finally, and that has not changed. That starts tomorrow through Thursday as the jet stream is shifting patterns. It's going to become more zonal, bringing in that Pacific air from the west to the east. No more big trough. Well, at least for this week. We're not going to be completely done with winter yet. It is only mid-February. By the end of the week, colder air moves back in. But we will stay above zero, but look for teens and 20s for highs once again late into the weekend and into early next week. But our warming trend is getting close. We're in the 20s right now, but look at the 40s. In Des Moines, 40 in Sioux Falls, 51 in Kansas City. We will not see 50s. We just have way too much snow on the ground. With today's snow, we're approaching about 14 inches of snow on the ground. So we're going to have to melt quite a bit of that to start seeing 50s and 60s. But you can see up in Port Washington, looks like a winter wonderland after about 4 inches of snow. 23 degrees in Port, southeast wind at around 6. 24 in Milwaukee, 23 in Racine and Kenosha, 21 in Waukesha. The winds, though, have really come down. They're between 10 and 20 compared to the 20 to 40 just a few hours ago. But wind chills in the teens at this hour. Tomorrow, wind chills will be in the 30s, or I should say the 20s, as highs will be in the mid to upper 30s. Lows tonight into the teens. Northwesterly wind only 5 to 10, so the blowing and drifting snow will come to an end. Winds pick up a little bit out of the southwest tomorrow, 10 to 20. Look at these highs, mid to upper 30s. The sun is out. Yes, the wind will have a little bit of a chill to it, but if you're out of the breeze and in the sun, it is going to feel fantastic. There goes your quick moving storm system. After about 4, possibly 5 inches of snow, we'll see more sunshine for Wednesday as well. But then by Thursday, here comes the next cold front. That will bring a wintry mix of rain, sleet, and snow, despite being nice and balmy outside. Tonight, 16 degrees, gradual clearing. The snow should taper off sometime around 6 or 7 o'clock. 37 tomorrow. Enjoy the sunshine, but it will be a little bit on the breezy side. Also seeing 37 for Wednesday, close to 40 on Thursday, but it will be dreary and that wintry mix. Then it gets colder behind that. Teens for Sunday and Monday, 20s most of next week. We're not done just yet, but at least we're starting to see a little bit of a break.
Signs of hope.
Yes.
We need them. Brian, thanks. We're continuing to follow breaking news out of Jefferson County, where deputies are on the scene of that accident involving a propane tanker truck. That truck tipped over at Highway C in Kreutz Road, not far from Fort Atkinson. We are now told no propane is leaking from that truck. No evacuations have taken place, but we do have roads closed in that area right now.
More news now. 2 Wisconsin men were killed in an avalanche in Colorado over the weekend. Justin Lentz and Jared Law are both from Portage. The avalanche happened near Leadville. That's about 80 miles southwest of Denver. American TV and Appliances going out of business. Nearly 1,000 employees will lose their jobs. The Madison-based company will close all of their retail stores after more than 60 years in business. American blamed an unforgiving economy for the closure, and going out of business sales will start on Thursday. Well, coming up, Pink Eye will sidelight him no more.
We'll tell you the familiar face that will be back on your television during Olympics coverage tonight. And then at 4:30, from drug den to cheese cave, one man turning the site of a big pot bust into something very different.
Jimmy Fallon.
That was good. That was good.
Down towards Eagle, Lake Geneva, and Delavan, this kind of darker blue area that is still moving east. Now, that's the moderate area. There's also another moderate area you see here from Sheboygan County down through Ozaukee County and now just pushing east of downtown Milwaukee. So that's moderate area number 1 that's moving out. Here's moderate area number 2. In fact, here's the motion over the last 3 hours. But then behind this, nothing. So there's the end of it. So probably another ½ inch or so. And then by 8 o'clock or so in the evening, I think that'll be it. And then later tonight, we could see some partial clearing. So still some snow ongoing through about 8 p.m. By 8 o'clock, it should exit the lakeshore area of southeast Wisconsin. Here are the temperatures, and they are generally in the low 20s. As we get clearing later tonight, they should drop down to the mid-teens. We'll talk more about your 6-day forecast coming up in about 15 minutes, Brad and Mary. At that time, we'll notice a bit of a warm-up before it's back to reality. I'll see you then with that.
All right. This is a plenty dose of reality right now. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, the snow causing some big-time travel troubles out there. As we pointed out, plenty of spin-outs and crashes.
They're all over the place. So how are conditions out there right now? We have reporters up and down the lakeshore. Our Rachel Valiant is live in Port Washington. Derica Williams down in Racine. Let's start, though, with Beverly Taylor, who's live in Milwaukee. Good evening again, Bev.
Good evening to you. I'm at near 38th and Hemlock. And right now, the streets, the side streets, are pretty much like this one, really snow-covered. I'll put my foot in here so you can get an idea of how much snow we're talking here. There's some side streets that will have even more snow because they haven't been traveled on. And people getting off work, headed home, will encounter that. The thing to remember, too, is that the main streets are the ones that get the snow plow priority. It's the secondary streets that will come a little bit later. But the thing to remember is, as those plows hit the secondary streets, to make sure your vehicle is not in the way. Reporting live in Milwaukee, Beverly Taylor, Fox 6 News. Now let's head to Port Washington with my colleague, Rachel Valiant.
Not too bad out here right now. I got snow kind of swirling around, but that's much better than when we were driving around this afternoon. It's very slow. We're right to the interstate right now. You might be able to see some of the cars back in that direction. Just to kind of give you an idea of how much
What?
happened over the last few hours.
Rachel. All right, guys, well, we are actually right off the interstate in Racine County, and you kind of see some of the side roads. The snow has seemed to let up a little bit along with the wind, but it's still kind of coming down steady, just not as heavy as it was earlier. But as the sun has set, drivers are saying that, you know, they can't really tell where some of the icy spots are, but there aren't that many because plows have been constantly out here, salt trucks have been constantly out here as well, but drivers, as you can see, are still driving with caution. Traffic is moving good, so that's a great sign during this rush hour. And it also seems that some of the drivers that I spoke with kind of lost count of how many times it snowed this season. So they're just basically saying that they're used to it at this point. They're adjusting accordingly, so it seems that that's what many drivers are doing out here. So that's a great sign. People are just taking their time, driving slowly. No major accidents to report as of now, so hopefully that stays the case throughout the rest of the evening. Derek Williams reporting live in Racine County. Brad, Mary, back to you guys.
All right, Derek. Yeah, that's kind of what we've been hearing. A lot of spin-outs and slide-outs, but fortunately nothing serious. Nothing like, remember back in, what was it, December or January with all those big pile-ups and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah, where you see like the 100-car pileups.
So hopefully everybody is
it's more of an
safe.
inconvenience.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And Rachel Valiant, we need to remind her not to inhale helium before her
Exactly. She was just trying to have some fun out there in the snow.
Good stuff. All right, hey, let's check more on the conditions out there right now.
Yeah, photojournalist Jeff Briggs is driving around. Where are you right now, Jeff?
I'm 45 southbound around Burleigh. The good news is I saw two plows driving in formation headed north in the northbound lane, and so they were clearing off a couple of lanes that will be good to go in that northbound side. The northbound side is moving a little bit better than the southbound side right now, but anywhere on the freeway system right now, you're not really getting anywhere fast. I'm kind of tempted to hop off and see what the side streets look like, but early on when I first started driving this afternoon, they were in just as bad a shape as the freeway, so my guess is it's slow everywhere.
You know, Brad just brought up a good point. We're not seeing, at least it appears at this point, any major accidents, anything tying things up. It just, the volume of traffic, the slow go, the bad conditions right there on the roads, that seems to be the problem, correct?
Yeah, the slow going is keeping, like you said, from having the major chain reaction accidents. There have been, I've seen a number of spin-outs and disabled vehicles and small fender-bender accidents. No major looking accidents, nothing with any major damage that I could see. But once one of those accidents occurs or a disabled vehicle is on the side of the road, then that slows down traffic even further. So that just complicates things even more when you get one or two of those accidents. They can tend to breed other accidents, but not the big chain reaction accidents that when we have when traffic is moving faster than it is today.
Yeah, we're seeing traffic right now crawling on I-94 there in Elm Grove. And Jeff, a little while ago, we reported southbound 43 from Brown Deer to downtown, an hour and 45 minutes. But again, no accidents to report, although probably some spinouts along the way, but just people driving slow, like you're saying.
Yeah, it's just a lot of snow and a lot of traffic, and the plows are having trouble getting through the traffic to clear off the lanes. And like I said, on the northbound side, they just sent a couple plows through in formation, to try and clear two lanes at once. So things are moving a lot smoother on that side right now, I can tell, than they are on the southbound side.
Yeah, appreciate you being out there, Jeff. You're always great. Thanks. We'll check in a bit. Thanks.
Well, these poor conditions keep plenty of travelers right on the ground.
Yeah, grounded. Mitchell Airport says about 20 flights were canceled. All the others pretty badly snowed to keep other flights on schedule. Or AJ Bias,
Well,
one business at the airport
time for my shower and the lay down so I can go to work tonight.
This might be the only move.
Snow
time to get out to the bus.
35 miles an hour at times. Travel is expected to become quite hazardous by Thursday morning. You may want to review your plans and have alternatives available if needed. Now for the official National Weather Service forecast for southeast Wisconsin, including Milwaukee.